Alright guys, what we're going to do is go through editorial formatting. Basically what that means is how files, photos as well as copy should be prepared before sending it to dentists or production in general. The reason for this is we use InDesign and Illustrator and the entire Adobe suite, and while Adobe actually has a lot of importers for us to use, the most effective one for the newspaper is the Microsoft Word 97 2000, and I'll show you that in a second. But this is to make the flow, the workflow, a lot easier on production. That's about it. That's about the reason for it. So here we have this last issue, and as you can see, there's a lot of files that it takes to actually build a single paper. So we're going to go through formatting and sending it to me and just the whole process. So kick back, take notes. You can watch this video as many times as you like, but hopefully this will help you, help everybody that has to send stuff in for production, and we can get this to being a little more efficient, a little easier on folks. So I'm just going to randomly take any story. It doesn't matter. Everybody should have installed on their computer now this program right here, which is OpenOffice 4. OpenOffice is the same as Microsoft Word. It's just free. It includes spreadsheets, the same as presentation databases, the whole 9 yards. Okay. It even keeps your back stories right here. So I'm going to take this cut line, and we will do photo cut lines first. So let's do that. We're going to open it with OpenOffice. Okay. For some reason that just came in as a Excel spreadsheet or a Apache spreadsheet. That doesn't do me any good. It means that the file wasn't saved properly when I got it the first time, or when it got sent. So we're going to close that because there's no point in, I can't do anything with that, and we'll go back to just double clicking on it and see what happens. Okay, that way I got it. So it came in. First thing I can tell you is that this font size is too big. So please send me stuff in 12-point font. Okay? This tells me what story it goes with, if there's a story. In this case, there's not. There's just 2 photos. Okay? So this right here, and I'm going to show you my keyboard if I can. Okay? It is literally the key right here, okay, which is the one right above the enter key on your keyboard. It's the straight line. You hold down shift, you hit that, and it's the straight line. I'm having to fix this on all of the photo cut lines I'm getting. I need it to be that so that obviously I don't have to do it. Okay, this right here is too much work. All I need is pat and bash. Okay. What I prefer to see is through 2. That tells me that there's 2 pictures, right? And they're JPEG files. Okay, well let's go look. I have one named Hat and one named Bash. Really, what would be great is if it said Hat and Bash 1. Okay, like so. Now we have this. This is fine. Okay, I'm picking up that it doesn't like the word Lumberton, but I've been meaning to do this, so we'll just do it now. We're going to add it. to our standard dictionary so that I never see that again. Alright, I'm just going to go File, Save As. Hold on, please. That's some tone out, but I'm going to turn that off. Okay, and I want to save this as hat and bash. Okay, just like that. And I want to save it in Microsoft Word 97 2000 XP or a .doc file. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to close this. And I'm going to keep current format, by the way. Okay. Now that file's prepared, and I want to show you something. I'm going to go ahead and delete the old one. And I'm just going to move this out of the way so it lines up because it's fun. Do you see how all three of these are now in order? Okay, that's the important part. And I don't know if the video is going to show real well or not, but this is the important part. This should be straight down in a line. Now, we've got some of it working already, okay? That tells me there is no photo with that. But now this whole folder actually looks right. Because I can sit there and when I open the folder and say 2 pictures, 1 picture, 1 picture, 1 picture, 1 picture. Okay, and if I want to see the pictures, I do this. Right, it's important. Me being able to see the pictures is important because it makes me decide what I'm going to use. All right, so let's go back to the inside folder and clear that out. So, we'll throw that in here. The big question is what does that go with? Where is the story on Blue Jug? Well, is it in here? Let's go look, and we're just going to jump down here. No, not that I can tell. Again, this story is 24 points, so first thing I'm going to do is bring that down because I don't need to read it at 24 point, and I would appreciate it greatly if everybody else brought it down. We're going to get to the formatting of this in a second. I'm just having to hunt down to see what photo this is and where it goes. And I'm not going to save anything. I'm going to discard my changes and the whole 9 yards. And I'm going to tell you that this photo right here has no cut line, has no bearing, has no story. I don't know what to do with it. Okay? So we're going to stick it out here because I don't know what to do with it. Just run it on my desktop and send an email to ask. Alright, so let's go over. I'm going to show you what it looks like to put it in the actual paper. It'll actually lay it out so that you understand why. And I'm going to throw that back in there and we'll figure out where it goes later. Okay, so the stories I fix, I'm going to stick over here so that I can show you what happens when we lay it out. All right, Lions Thank You Volunteers. First step is this can be called Lions, and now these two are matching up. But let's open up the story. And I can tell you, I can look out here and see that this file is saved as a rich text document, not saved properly. Okay, so let's get the font size down. Let's get the font changed. That way we all can open these files without missing fonts. Times New Roman 12, perfect. This headline is on 2 lines. Okay, don't need it on 2 lines, need it on 1. Mary Catherine Johnson, contributing writer. Okay, we don't use titles. This should actually read editor at okay, and I'm going to show you how to get rid of that right there. It's very important that we do not send me links or hyperlinks in our text files, but we'll get back to that in just a second. Okay, then this should be the Silsby B. Now, just looking at this, I can tell you that that's not an EM dash. Okay, I'm going to pause this for a second because I got to get the quick key code for EM dash so that I can show you what it is. All right, in Windows, it is hold down the Alt key, 0151, the EM dash appears. I know most of you are on Macintosh, so by a simple Google search, hold down Shift and Option and the hyphen, and you will create the EM dash, which is the elongated dash that we use right here. Okay? City names, all caps. Very simple. Now I can already tell that we have some kind of a formatting issue because it is showing me these spaces. Okay, I'm going to show you how to clear the formatting in just a second. So now I'm having to edit this file. And we have some funky stuff going down here. You see this paragraph? This paragraph right here, guys? It should be two paragraphs. Sometimes I do this so that I can see where my paragraphs are going to be, but I take them back out. Okay, don't need all of this. What I need is this. Because it matches our folder, I believe. Let me get rid of that. Yep. Cool. Okay. And then once again, this needs to be shift and the line. And then I'm going to read this from left to right. Okay. All right. Select all, right click default formatting. That's how you get rid of everything. Very important, guys. That's like one of the most important moves right there. Get rid of it all. Okay? All these spaces that I have, that space, that space, that space, and then I'm going to come down here, and if they're mostly everybody's stuff is doing this. Okay? And it happens. This is everyone. This happens to everybody. It's because when we type, we get extra spaces. Take a second, get rid of this. Now, that's correct. Is this correct? No, it's not. Okay? Mary Catherine Johnson, the Silsby B. Right? If it was a submitted photo, it would read submitted photo, the Silsby B. Because we know Mary Catherine Johnston submitted the photo, she gets photo credit. The reason for this, guys, and I know I've explained it, I think, but let me go back over it. Even if it's a submitted photo, the reason for this is we are protecting their photo copyright by placing that on the paper. When we put the Silsby B after a photo, we're securing the copyright for us and for them. Okay? You can't copy out of the paper. It's 100% copyrighted. So even if that photo is submitted, we put that on there to protect their copyright. Make sense? If we just put submitted photo on there and didn't lay any ownership claim to anybody, like Mary Catherine Johnston, who has ownership claim here, and us, then we're not protecting anything. Okay? If we didn't put a photo byline on there, we wouldn't be protecting anybody's copyrights. That's what it's for. It's another layer of copyright protection. That's all it really is. You know, people think it's so that they can have credit for their work. Yes, a little bit, but really what's most important is we're protecting their copyright, we're protecting our copyrights. Okay, notice that that is the word the. When I see Silsby B, I need to see the word the Silsby B. The reason for that, that's the name of the paper. Okay, in Robertson County, It's Robertson County News, not the Robertson County News. Okay? Believe me, if I could drop the, I would. I don't like them. I never have. You don't hear the Texas Tribune. You hear Texas Tribune. All right. But it is what it is. That's what somebody named the paper 100 and plus years ago, and we honor that, and it's the name of the paper. So it has to always be there. All right. What else do we have in here that looks okay? This one looks all right. So File, Control Shift S, okay, which is Save As. We're going to save it as Lions, and we're going to come down here and run out Microsoft Word 97 2000 XP .doc. Okay, the reason we use this file format, guys, is because it actually imports into InDesign and into everything else Adobe deals with. Okay, yes, yes, some of these will work. This is the one we found to work the most. Okay, so one more time, I'm going to say keep current format. I don't know why it keeps doing this to me. It hates me, you know. But anyway, keep current format, and now we've saved it. But you're going to have two files in here. One that's rich text and one that's Microsoft Word. Okay? I'm going to take the old one and get rid of it. I don't want to accidentally use it. Now, I think I put, I did. I'm going to take these two items and stick them right here. Okay? It's wanting to be a booger because I left it open. Can't copy something that's open. Okay? So I'm going to take that and stick it here, and that and stick it here. Okay? These two go together. And then I'll even make it pretty for everybody. Alright, let's do one more just for the fun of it. Guys, I haven't pre-edited these, and these aren't actually in the paper. Okay? So I haven't even looked at them. These are coming the way they're coming. This one was saved in Microsoft Word. You can see it right here. I can tell immediately when something's done right. So I'm going to open it up. I think it just opened and I couldn't see it. Okay. Once again, I do not need files sent to me in 24 type. I need them in 12. And this needs to read Times New Roman because it is a font we share. Okay? Humperdon School Board honors outgoing president James Kirsch. That's fine. Correct, 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 space, long dash is fine. Paragraphs look short enough. Paragraphs should be 20-25 words. Okay? And I should be able to catch a word count on this if I wanted to, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Okay? Fine. Cut line. Nope. So, this should actually read James Kirsch. James, A-R-S-C-H. A-P-G. Okay? Certificate and flag from Representative James whomever. So I'm going to open this photo just because I needed Photoshop open anyway. But I can also just do this, guys. Alright. That's not James. That's James. So let me take a look at this photo. So we got a flag. Cool. Awesome. Neat. Okay. To me, this cut line is a little short. Okay. I think we could do a little more on it from representative. This is more to try to just show you guys that, you know, we need to, I don't know what our district here is, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to run in here. Janice Holt. Okay. Cool. Texas House of Rep. It'd be nice if I knew what damn district she was in. Little baby, she cast her first vote. some background on this woman. That's cool. Well, it looks like she posted too. That's great. Can somebody tell me what district is this one woman in? I'll get it here. District 18. Oh my God. And we, of course, need to put periods at the end of these things. Okay, and you're thinking, Dennis, it's not spelt right. The file's not spelt right. I get that. Okay, I'm going to fix it, but it actually says James Kirsch, right? And you're thinking, oh, but it's not spelled right. You're right, it's not. Fix it. Okay, it's going to save, all right, correctly. Again, I'm looking at the letter I here, and I need a straight line. Assuming that's what he got it for. My bad. And that's fine. Okay, so that works. Close enough for government work right at the moment, since we're trying to make a video and not make it forever long. Okay, Control Shift A. If you do not know your keyboard commands, I would suggest you learn them, but it is select all. I don't know. I do know them a little bit for Mac. I think it's Control A, but I don't remember. Default formatting. See it jump? Look at that. Okay. It just took all the weird right out of this file. Right now, since I already knew this one was actually in Microsoft and saved correctly, I can just save it again. All right. Now, if I look at it, I'll bet you I'm right. Microsoft JPEG file. Bam. Let's throw this down here. Cool. Okay, so that's how we do files, or stories, articles. Now let's talk about perspectives for a minute. I'm not picking on anybody. Please don't take it that way, guys. I'm trying my very best to make this easy. Okay, here's Dan's column for this week. Change the font. And I'm going to be honest, you can go default formatting immediately and it will change a lot. Now we're going to change the font. Okay, get these at the bottom, get rid of them. There's no photo cut line. I do not need this. I need the headline all in one spot. Okay, no, obviously no punctuation. Okay, I'm looking for anything goofy. For example, P.M. period. And here I have two period. No, that one looks kind of hard. I got it a little shrunk down here, but that's okay. I think it's all right. I'm also scanning for spacing problems. Okay. All right. Now, file. I'm going to save this thing. Save as. And right now it's in the wrong format, so we've got to come over here and do this. Okay, that's fine. Believe it or not, you can save it just like that if you want to. You could do this. To be honest, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm going to change the name of it as long as I know who it is, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so we're going to save that. All right, and I think everything's okay. Close that one up. Let me get rid of this, and then we'll keep staring at it. Let's do one more for the fun of it. Let's do the big pass. Well, so this would be a photo cut line. That's all it is. We do something a little different with this. There is no byline on pick past. Okay, this is the date the actual photo ran, which I need, like a headline, and I'll show you why. Okay, that should have a space. Okay, there's no reason to bold this up, guys. I'm going to do it. This one is different. This cut line is treated like a cut line from 1977. So this one's actually right. I'm assuming that's how you spell that. I don't know why we have that there, so I'm going to get rid of it. File, save as, Microsoft Word, save it. I'm replacing the old one. Alright, pig pass, they are lined up. This doesn't matter right here, it just doesn't. But we're being awfully, we're just being nice. Probably because I left it open. It is. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little tired, guys. It's actually very early. Let's do Roy's for the fun of it. Let's see if he knows how to format. Should have space, don't need a period. Besides that, it's fine. Okay. BM dash, I believe we don't put in a space. I may have just done that a minute ago, but I will fix it when I see it again. Okay, save it. That wasn't too bad, except he had his spacings wrong. And you're thinking, wow, it's awfully picky. And it kind of is. Okay, throw these out here because I'm going to use them later on. Let's get that column out of the way. This is perspective, so we're just going to run it over here. All right. Multiple folders. So here I have senior living and senior living and senior living and senior living. I actually had 3 of these, so I don't need it. I need this right here, like so. Okay, and we'll get back to that. So if you've noticed, actually I want to show you this because I think it's important. So this is what Roy sends me. There's the RP ads, there's the classified ads, I know that. Okay, he does it like this because he also sends me ones for the other paper. Senior living, Betty Kelly, goat one, goat one, goat one. That's all in line. July birthday's fine. That's an ad, and I know it because it's a PDF. Ray, more ads. These are in order. These are filed right. Okay, now are they set up? Are they formatted? I don't know. Okay, so I can open them up. I can tell you that one's not. I can tell by looking at them. That one's not. Right there, it's telling me it's a rich text document. That one's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of them are wrong. Okay, up. I get that done. Yep. Once again, way too big. I can't read that fast. That's correct. Don't need all this. Okay, I need the name of the file. That's it. I know you're thinking, wow, man, Dennis, that's awfully picky. It is, because I read fast and I work fast. Okay, again, this isn't a dash, this is some I. I don't need a capital I, I need that line. This wasn't on y'all, but I had to go look that up earlier. I was like, Evendale? It's weird. Alright. Now I said I would tell you word count. This is going to count this too, but you can go under tools. I think it's under tools. Word count. Bam. Okay. And it's going to tell me. 621 words for this story. Okay. Close enough. Trying to get between 5 and 600 max. Okay, but that's cut lines and the whole 9 yards. Now, so we got this set up. It's fine, except I don't have a city. What city is this? It's Evendale. So now I got to put that in. Okay. So, what else are we missing? I think we're good. Control-Shift-S. Now, goat sales, parks, ministry. I don't need all that. I need goat. Okay. I'm going to change this to XP or 97 or however you want to refer to it. Okay, save it. And I'm going to double check a couple things, so I want to make sure I got rid of it. Yep, I got rid of the spaces, and I did hit the defed formatting, but I can save it and close it. I'm done. That's fine. Okay, so now we know that we have these two photos, and I know that's the old one. And now look at that, quick, short, fast, easy. All right, so let's take a look at what am I missing? What haven't I formatted? Right. Got a couple of things. Line ads. I didn't see any problems with that, so I'm not going to worry about it. Line ads is kind of just, you know, the way I'm getting them are fine. Okay, I don't need any of the formatting, so kill the formatting, kill this. This right here no longer has to run in classifieds, and I need to tell Debbie that. I don't need these little numbers, and I'm having to delete them every time. Okay, they don't matter to me, and they don't have to run. Okay, there's an extra space between everything here. That would be closer, and obviously I need it to be times. 12 would be great. Okay, and fine. I'm just checking it. I do a quick look over to see if double spacing is appearing. Okay, that's not our format. That's not anybody's format, by the way. Okay, I do not know why that's capitalized. Okay, so that's fine. You can do that, but if you're going to do that, you got to make sure you continue to do it. Save it as. That's right. Everything gets saved like this. Okay, and I'm just going to put it on the desktop. Okay, and really all I need is line ads here. All right. So there it is. And we're going to close that one. I was looking for another one. Arrest. Okay. Let's take a look at this. First things first. 12. Okay, get rid of the extra spaces. Times the Roman, and of course, let's get rid of, I said, kill the formatting, you ding dong. Oh, for some reason it's wanting to run default. Should be clear formatting. Oh, you're bugging me today. Either way, there we go. All right. There's an extra space here. Following information was released by blah, 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 blah. I need that. Okay. I think what we want to do to save space is take this out and do that. Let's take this and do this. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Alright, now we have little headers. And how about if at the bottom of this thing we do that? And that's fine. You can put that there. Obviously, we don't want the space. Spaces are not our friend. That looks better. Alright. So on July 1st, we had Ashley, 0149, bullet. Oop, I think I just undid it. Okay, then we had Stephanie on the same date, bullet. And we had Julio, poor Julio. Okay, then July 2nd, we had one person. July 4th, we had one person. One person, two people here. Alright. And you're thinking, man, Dennis, why? Why do we got to do all this? Well, the reason is because it's easier to read. It's formatting. It's important stuff. Whether you agree with me or not, doesn't really matter. Okay? It's formatting. It lays out better. It looks better. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay? First off, I'm going to separate these with a bullet. And I'll probably italicize that, but I'll do it when I get into layout. So you don't want to put any italics or bolds or anything like that, because they're going to go away. They're not going to matter. Okay, that looks better. Control Shift S. We're going to stick it on the desktop. Rest report. It is formatted. Okay, and we're going to run that over here. Alright, so that takes care of a rest. I had another one I wanted to do. Silsby calendar. Okay, and I actually appreciate the word Silsby in here because I have two calendars. So you can do Silsby arrest. That would work too. I have two of these. Okay, I've already fixed this one, and I know I've already sent it and had it done, but we've got to start paying attention to detail. This is not an easy one to do. Okay, if you're going to do this, you do it throughout. But if you want to fix it, copy that. Then under here, edit, find and replace. I'm going to look for all of those PMs and I'm going to replace them with P.M. Find, replace all, and we just fixed 43 times. And I can tell you what, we can do this too. AM, find all, replace all, and we just killed 12 of those. Now we're formatted the way it's supposed to be. That's cool. Okay. This right here. Okay. Take this, and I'm going to do this twice, and I'll show you why. Same thing. Edit, find and replace. The first one I'm going to type in is TX period. This will catch the ones that are behind it. I'm going to replace it with nothing because we don't need the word Texas or TX or any of that. I'm going to take the period out now. I'm going to get the rest of them 39 times. Okay? So, because everybody knows we're in Texas, guys, we don't need it. Okay? Now, unfortunately, I will send back this list to Dylan, who has been keeping it up, and I believe y'all both need to get together on this list. These extra spaces after each one of them, not cool. Don't need it. But I do need periods. Okay. See how long this takes me? been recording this video now for, well, I don't have a recording time yet, but I will. Oh yes, I do. 40 minutes. 40 minutes. So I'm going to quit this. You guys get the point, and I'll let you do your own. It is in the proper format. Put it on the desktop. Say save. Okay. What haven't we edited that needs to be edited? That I need to show you how to edit. Okay. We have inside, which if you can't tell, I combined with filler, even though there's some other stuff in here. There's one right there that should have been put in here, but I had to get these fixed. Okay, that's obviously in perspectives, but Roy had a change, so the other one's correct, but it doesn't matter. I don't need this anymore because basically I've got it right here. I keep all of it, folks. Yeah, that way I've got it in there. All right, we're gonna move on. Excuse me while I get some stuff out of the way. Okay, so I believe we've gone over every aspect of formatting. Let me find one that was submitted. I'll bet you this one's probably submitted. No, it's not, but let's pretend it was. That headline's correct, it's all on one line. Submitted. When it is, this is the email to use. The Silsby B. Dash looks good. Size is too big. Times is fine. Default formatting. Don't need all that. This is totally incorrect. Trophy from organizer Wendell Woodard. Cool. Period. Okay, Missy Tyler took the photo. The Silsby B. Okay, let's make sure that's on a separate line. Okay. Cool. EM dashes do not have spaces, folks. And I know I screwed that up a minute ago, but that's all right. Okay. All right. That's fine. I'm just checking the format on the quotes. That look good. That's fine. All right. Save it. I know, Dylan, you wrote it, but I just want, actually, I'm not even going to save it. I just wanted to show you this is the format. Okay? And this, if we didn't know it was Missy, should read. Okay? Now, let's pretend for a second that we know this was generated by AI. Since we have a new policy, I want to show you how this works. If an article has more than 51% content generated by AI, that's the benchmark. Okay, we already know where not to read it or where not to use it and that kind of thing, but we're going to start indicating it by saying in AI assisted. Okay, now I know that makes for a long byline. I get it. It's something I've been wrestling with, and I can't stand it. But the honest to God's truth is we need to be transparent with our readers about this. So for now, until I dream up a better way, we're going to have a 4-line byline when that's the case. I've thought about taking it and not having it here and running it here. I don't like it. It just bugs the hell out of me. So for now, we're going to put it here. All right, and I'm going to format it, and it's going to be small. It's not going to be something that's going to stand out, but it will be there, and that's what matters. Okay, I'm just going to close that, discard it, not worry about it. Let's talk about why. Why all of this trouble? Why am I driving everyone insane? And I'll show you why. This is this week's paper, right here, and we're going to open that up. hoping we're going to open that up. You guys can't see it, it's off screen. Cancel, what are you doing to me? Oh, good, it's open. As soon as I can get to it. There we go, bam. Alright, I'm going to move all of this stuff out of the way and use my catch page on the back, so just ignore all this stuff. All of this over here are my settings. Okay, that one and those are all trash. I get these extra trash settings when I import bad stuff. So we're going to just get rid of that because we don't need it. This I actually just created and I haven't put my little marker on it yet. Okay, and I don't remember which one of these is good. So apparently I made a couple up, but I can get rid of all that. All right, that's trash. These are all my paragraph styles, guys, so it's important. So let's talk about placing a photo. Okay, this is just a photo and a cut line. This is probably going to come in huge because I didn't do any editing to these photos. We do the editing over here. It's faster because I have a general idea of how big I'm going to want it. So let's zoom in. You're thinking, oh my God, she's huge. She is huge. No, she's not. Okay, this is what I have to go through for everything we do. Okay, now I need hat and bush cut line. Because it's now formatted, it's going to come in just like that. I'm going to select it. I'm going to go photo cut line. I'm going to downshift. I'm going to click on this right here and do byline, and I'm done. Okay, except I have to get rid of one more little thing. That right there. Okay, but I need that to know what goes with what. Now these two are forever together. I can group them, and then I'm going to run over here, and I know you guys can't see my off-camera stuff, so I'm trying to, and I'm going to text wrap it. I said I do this pretty quick, so got to kind of keep up with me. Okay, now that's a good photo and a cut line. If I want to box it later, I can. Just do that, and I can run a box around this thing in a one-point line. Okay, oops, don't need that. Get out of the way. Okay, that takes care of that. See how quick it is when it's all formatted properly? The flow is crazy quick. Okay, so let's do another one. I'm going to drop in the line story. I'm going to take it, and if you notice right now, everything, there's no paragraph indents, there's nothing. But when I hit that, it changes it to our format. Okay, because now this is on one line, I don't have to waste time losing space. Run that over. I don't even have to look at what I'm doing anymore, guys. I've been doing this so long. I just have automatic key commands. Okay, don't like that. Our headline font can be compressed up to 30%. Okay, now I'm going to put my cursor right here, and I'm using the arrow keys on my actual computer. But that's the byline, that's the byline email, and that's the newspaper, and that's how quick that goes. Okay, I don't have to do anything here. Okay, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to cut this and put it right here. Okay, now I want you to notice I don't even have to look at what I'm doing, guys. It's been happening so long that we're all set. Okay, now I have the cut line and that story, and I'm going to run the photo over here, put it in. Come on, you can do it. Okay, that photo is huge, so I'm just going to jump into Photoshop and fix it. So, okay, that's a very yellow picture, and they're standing behind wood, and I bet she's happy she's in this picture because she just couldn't get out of the way, could she? Not much I'm going to do about that now. 180, but I know you guys aren't doing any photo editing, so all right. Get that down to a manageable size. There we go. Because there's no extra space when I take it off, when I shrink everything up, it comes tight, and that's what I need. Because then I'm going to group it, I'm going to wrap it, okay? And like so. Then all I have to do, guys, is run this right here. Control-Shift-C. See how tight that is? That's exactly what I need. I need nothing at the bottom. That's why getting rid of those spaces is so important. And this thing's going to be, oh, I've got to blow it up to get to it. There it is. 4-column. Okay, then all I have to do is set that line where oh, it's right on the money. That doesn't ever happen. All right, and it's set past the layout of story now. So let's do something else. Let's do the arrest report. Okay. First off, it has a built-in header. So, and I'll show you that. This stays. If I run up here and did it here, okay, this has a built-in header. We go and find the picture for y'all because it's probably just easier. Okay, but this is already here. This is never leaving anywhere. It's always here. In fact, it needs to come up. I don't know why it's so low, but something we missed, I guess, for this week. A little space made back. But anyway, I just want to show you the formatting of the actual copy because that header stays. So there it is. Okay, believe it or not, the formatting is photo cut line. Okay, it doesn't have its own. This does. Okay, and then there's a space that goes right after July. Boop. Okay, so that's actually how that's supposed to look, and then I can just run in here and go boop. I don't know why it's giving me a pain in the butt there, but it did. It's probably not, hold on, the format didn't kick in. I don't know why it's doing it to me. This is what I had, this was a problem I had with this one earlier today. This is new. Oopsie, oh, that's why. Now I'll try it again. I may have to change this because it's being a pain in the ass, but I think this is what I did to fix it earlier. Yeah, it is. And I'm not real fond of that. I'm trying to get that to fix. So right now the way to do it is this, which is, I mean, me and Lumberton fought back and forth all yesterday. Okay. This is normally ripped across 6 columns. Okay, and we do have one more to go. I don't know what happened to my header there though. I know it looks goofy right now, but I think this is Hardin County. And of course, now it doesn't matter if it does it or not, because as soon as I hit this thing, it's going to do it again. Oh, well, you can tell I'm tired. That is so weird that it is not doing what I want it to do. But anyway, we'll just flip it and I'll get it fixed. This is a new thing this week. Okay, but basically that's what this is going to look like. I'm taking this out because it's driving me crazy. Still driving me crazy. Apparently, I fought with this earlier today too, so you would think I'd already have my shit together on it, but it's the way it goes. Alright, that's how that's going to run. Control-Shift-C. Now, This is what we call a jagged bottom, and the reason it is because of this. Okay? That's just bugging me. Ugh. Anyway, I'll come up with another thing for that, I'm sure. But I want you to basically see how much better with the bullets it looks. Okay? It's easier to see. If I had the time, I could come in here and go, you know, just bold it. If I had the time to do all this, and I will, if we get all this formatting stuff down to science here, I'll have time to come in and actually be able to do those kinds of things, which is very important. Okay, so there's that one. I'm just piling stuff up here so I don't have to look at it. Alright, so we've seen how to do that and that. And you kind of get the idea of what's going on with layouts and formats and that kind of thing. Okay, line ads, which by the way should be, okay, should have the same situation going with my headers, and I don't know, it's not working on here either. And it may be just because, let me see, this could be, well, that one worked. Well, that didn't because there's no space in it. Okay, how do I know? There needs to be a space between here and there. Between here and there. Okay, and then that should be class header. That's not it, that's not the right one. I don't know why it's doing this to me. I'm going to fix it. Anyway, so don't worry about it. But anyway, as you can see, it's easier to lay out. And that's the important part. Me and that thing's going to go around and around. What are you? Okay, that's the Lions Club. We already did that. So, same thing for the calendar. Okay, there's actually a format for, I believe we're using that one for our lists. Okay, and because it's now formatted correctly, it looks better. Okay, see this July 21 and there's a July 21. We don't reprint the date. See the 24th? We already have the 24th. Pull it underneath it. 26. Same thing. Same thing here. 28. Need a space there. 11. 11. 11. Right? So forth, so on. Can do this all day. And I have been. So that's kind of the situation, and we'll get into the lecture part of this in just a second. Alright, if y'all don't mind, I'm going to delete that stuff, get my scratch board stuff back over here where it belongs. I'm going to actually just close this, not save it. Alright, now we've talked about folders and how things need to appear in them, but I'm going to show you a trick. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder that says Editorial 07, what's next week's paper? 24th. And my caps lock key is on. Editorial 072425. In here, I'm going to have jail, calendar, okay. What am I forgetting? I'm sure I'm forgetting something. News, sports, obituaries, jail, calendar, front page. Okay, and very soon you're going to need another one. Oh, I don't want to make a shortcut. We'll get into this at another time. We're going to be doing something new We're going to add a page to the paper that's new, but it's awesome, and I think you're all going to love it. We need it because we're about to add the football contest. So when you add one, you have to add another. What am I missing? I know I'm missing something. What am I missing? Okay. Okay. I will add the advertising to this folder. Okay. And all these other parts that I make on my own. Okay. I need that right there. That's actually not Silsby. And I need that. Sorry, I gotta grab something while I'm here, guys. Need that. That. I'm missing one. Copy those. Copy that, Batman. Excuse me for a moment. Those are text scan ads. I need those. Okay. So, if you start out with this every week, make the folder on Thursday. I'm going to actually put all this stuff up online so that you guys can download it so that you don't ever have to type it. Okay? But if you start with this, it makes it easy because now you have a place to save everything. So, take past would go into perspectives. Yeah? That's a perspective. Okay? Line ads sits up here, out on its own. You're probably not even sending it to me. That's where all I'm putting it. Arrests, you are sending me that. Jail calendar goes there. Silsby calendar goes there. Okay? And let's say some of this was front page. Let's say the goat was front page. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's just for teaching purposes. Okay, let's say this was in the front page. Well, I just stuck it in the wrong damn hole though. Come on guys, out of there. Thank you. Okay. Cool. Alright. Let's say all of this was filler news or just news. Filler, let me take a second. Front page is something I'm going to determine. You could literally stick it all in a folder marked news, and I'm going to go hunt down the front page. If you want to continue to suggest front page to me, that's fine. Make that folder, stick it in there. Okay? It's fine. But I promise you, I'm still going to open this up, and when I see pictures like that, it's going to catch my attention for the front page. Okay? Not so much that one. Now, we have other stuff in here, obviously, for this week's paper. That's not the point of this. Okay? I could run all of this and stick it right in here. Okay? In fact, why not? That way, when I give it to you, I can just say replace the files, and there. Now we have that. Okay? You can do that for the whole thing. This is what I want. This is what I want to see. Now you're thinking, God, Dennis, we can't send you all that like that. You're right. You can't. So let's do that next. This is our Gmail. Okay? See how these are coming in from Roy now? Okay? Alright. Compose. Let's say I want to send this to Dylan. Let's say we're working in reverse here. And I'm going to say perspectives. Okay? And I'm going to send Dylan a note real quick that says watch the new video and delete this. LOL. Okay. I'm going to open up all the perspectives. I'm going to take them and I'm going to drag them and I'm going to drop them and they're going to attach right there. at the bottom. Now I want to show you how they come in, so I'm going to send this to myself as well, okay, because I want you to be able to see it. That's funny. Alright, doesn't matter how many files you put in there, but because you named this, something special is going to happen. So I'm going to hit send. And we're going to wait a second for my email to catch up to me and let me have it. Wasn't that big a file, come on. Well sent, that's good news. I just love waiting on the internet to do things. We're going to wait a second. I'm going to get rid of this. Oh, I've done it. Just ignore what I'm doing. I'm setting up to give you all this folder. Hello. Now, because you have a matching folder to mine, to my set of folders, you're going to know what ran and what didn't. What you should be doing every week is when you get the paper, or when I send you the pages, you should be marking off what ran and what didn't run. What didn't run, you should be making notes for if it's good for next week. Okay? Currently, the page count is so low that we really need to be running events the week before they actually happen, and probably not too far out. Okay, are you gonna send it to me or not? I may have sent it to the wrong email address. I hope I didn't. Let me try this again. I'm pretty damn sure it's sending to... Oh, I see what I did wrong. Alright. I happen to be logged into that, so I'm going to send it to one of my other ones. Alright. Just pretend I sent it back to Dylan. Okay, because I want y'all to see what's going to happen. Oh, I bet I got a bunch of fun shit in my trash. But it doesn't matter, I can use any files here, so I will. So let's just pretend that all of these perspectives are coming my way. Okay, there we go. They're all on there. Okay, and I want to send perspectives, or you guys want to send all the perspectives to me at once. So we're going to say send. I sent the first one to the wrong email address. Now we just have to wait again. Oh, actually it would be nice if I'd actually check the right email. Okay, so there it is. Alright, so it's come in just like it would have come in from y'all. I'm going to click on it. There they all are, and I'm going to click this button right here. It says download all attachments. Okay, look what it did. First off, it zipped them for me, right? And there's no way around it, but it renamed that folder. It created a folder based on what you named that email, what was in the subject line. Okay, so because you called the subject line perspectives, it created a folder perspectives, and all I have to do is right click, extract all, hit return, and now get rid of that, and I have all of it in one folder already titled. Perfect. So when you get done sending me, what I should be looking at is all of that, right? On my desktop, that I can dump into a folder that's marked that editorial and have a place to work from. That actually sits on my other monitor while the design of the paper is over here, and I can work back and forth. It's just clean and fast. All right, I don't need that. That will confuse me later. I am going to keep this, and I'm going to zip it. Really? Thank you. I'm going to actually put this up with the video on our site, guys. Okay. I am sure there's things I've missed. It's not easy to give this lecture, but I want to make a couple of quick statements. First and foremost, formatting in the newspaper is one of the most important things we do because it is consistency to our readers. Keeping those style sheets that y'all have seen, that you saw me using, okay, is absolutely important. We use these, I realize you can't see it. We use these every week, okay? Again, don't need any of these. I don't know why they're here, but that's okay, we'll get rid of them. They keep wanting to pop up. Oh, because I didn't save it. Okay? We use these every week. That body copy is every week. Right? Now I want to show you something here. The only difference in one story to the next is this line right here. That is the kerning, the space between letters. You have a plus or minus 30. 30 makes it extended. This one is at 20, right? So, not quite as extended. Why do we do that? We do that to balance the columns, okay? If I left it at 0, this column is unbalanced and it's not filling up the space for me, okay? This one had to go to 30 to fill the space. That's the only difference between stories. The reason we have a plus or minus 30 is because the eye can't see the difference. Okay, your human eye can't pick up the difference. This story is at a negative 27 versus this one, which is at a 30. That's crazy that I just happen to have two that far apart next to each other. Okay? The spaces between the headers and here are all set to be the same. Okay? Same thing with these. Alright? This should have been better balanced. This should have been right here, straight across. Okay, but these are things I'm missing because I'm not having the time to do them. Because I'm moving too fast. I'm literally having to place a story and fix a story. The plus or minus works here as well. We have a 70% that we're shrinking, that we're compressing this. Okay? That's fine. I can go up to 130. Okay? It just depends. If I wanted, if this was, okay, if that's the headline, then I've got all of this to run. Okay, now we're at about 100, okay, and I want to fill this in. Guys, I've got my certificate from TPA and the University of Texas for writing headlines, okay? Done. It's that quick, okay? Let me see. I'm going to run through the paper here, starting with page 1, real quick, so that everybody sees, okay? The masthead is always the same, okay? We change all of this stuff weekly, but it's the same, okay? Let me give you an idea of what we're trying to accomplish. This is a 5-column rip right here, okay? Little layout history, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on a 6-column paper, and that's a 5-column rip. It's created that way so that we can literally have a nice big picture. Well, when you have all of these people in here, you can't print this small. I mean, if this was done in a 3-column, it would look terrible. Look at how small those people's faces are. Okay, so when you have a photo like this, it has to be a 5-column rip, right? And even still, and I get it, that we have to have all of these people in this picture, but we could have probably arranged it a little better. So let's take a look at the photo, okay? I saw one of these kids was sleeping, looked like. This one's hiding. That's cool. This one could get closer. This guy could scoot the hell over a little bit. This is what you should see in your viewfinder. I know, especially inexperienced photographers, they don't feel like they can lead the scene or take control. They just let people, gather up the way they want to. But here's the thing: us older photographers, Dan, I know you can attest to this. You actually control the scene that you're setting up. Okay, so the blowout with this window back here was really bad. I had to burn her face in, just to get her in here. Okay, and it's not going to print well. I promise. It's not going to look good. All right, just blowout. Now Dan told me that this whole dealership is one big, you know, glass window. Find a spot, man. I mean, go outside. Go lean up against a car. Go make sure that you're not blowing out your photos. All right, and that's just a lesson for everybody. Okay, paying attention to your surroundings and what your photo is going to look like. Take control of the scene. Think of it like this: when you were in kindergarten, I don't know if they did this, Dylan, for your age group, kindergarten, first grade, and you were having school photos. That photographer lined everybody up, just sat there and lined them up, right? Okay, same thing. Pretend you're in kindergarten and you're in control of lining up the children. Okay, it's very important that we do that. Sorry, my brain just saw an extra space. I had to take it. All right, so that's a little extra on that. Same thing here. Too many kids, but it's a thing. Okay, I'm hoping this comes out. Still a little bit of a blowout going up. This is a submitted photo. I know why we used it. It's fine. Much better. Okay, this is a much better photo. He must be really tall because they're really short. Okay, submitted, submitted. That should actually be reading submitted photo. Okay, that's correct. Okay, so we've changed all of that. Jumps are all the same. Done, the same. See, I fought with this, couldn't get it. So I'm gonna have to fix it for next week. Didn't have time to linger on it. Obviously we added this last minute. Jumps, okay? We've got to do a better job of taking this picture. Take the book out of that room. Um, let's find a better way. This picture is not coming out very clear. It's blurry. It's not being done well. We can do better on getting this photo. Okay? We need to start typing these up instead of just sending me a picture of them. I need a text file set up like a photo cut line, typed up exactly as it was in the paper, and sent with the picture itself. You don't have to do this on Tuesday. You can do this tomorrow and put it on your desktop in your folder collection and have the pictures of the past already done. Okay? You can do a lot of stuff ahead of time. Okay? Then there's stuff you can't do ahead of time. And I'll get back into that. Okay? Won't actually get this until next week, but you're going to get it on Monday, I believe. Okay? You can pull this and start sending it to me and not waiting on Roy to do it. Okay? Your columns, my columns, all of those can be written ahead of time. Okay? Calendar, pick a date. Monday, 5 o'clock, you're done. Okay? Make sure that you're putting all of the dates for the flyers and whatnot of the newsletter in here. Okay? Fill this sucker up. The more we have, the better. Okay? Continue sending me the overage, but what I really need is, well, you can see I got to September 11th. Okay? So I like to have enough. Send me 3 months. That's fine. That should do it. Okay? It's all repetitive. Jumps are fine. All right, these are actually coming in okay. We've figured out how to do this. We don't have to jack with it. The way Debbie's sending it, we got it covered. Okay? Jump, jump, jump. Just not a whole lot of paper. This had to go to one page. We've somehow lost advertising in this thing. Okay, we had 4 ads last time. It was 2 pages. This time we had 3 ads and they were 3x5s. Got to figure out what we're going to do with this thing. I don't want to lose it. I think this can actually be of value if we put a little time and effort into it. All right. It's all fine. Again, if we used AI for any reason, um, and it's more than 51% of the story, we're going to start including it. Classifieds are fine. Okay. And this is fine. There's no color ads. That's the shame of it. All right. So that's the whole paper. And the layout order that I do things in is very simple. Okay. I will do the arrest log first. I will jump to the calendar after that. I will knock out the obituaries. I'll knock out senior living. This is the exact order I did this in. Okay, I'll jump over and get sports. Okay, and then I go to the perspectives. Then I take the perspective jumps because they all jump because there's a lot of them. Okay, and I jump the perspectives, filling up more of the paper in the back end. And then I start the front page. The reason for that is because all of this stuff is going to jump and is going to chew up pages. All right, and I need to know what I have left. It's a count game. Okay, and obviously classifieds are done first, and the ads are put in before we do all of that. All right, that's it. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to talk to y'all for a minute again. I know it feels like a lot of changes and all of that stuff. What I need you to do is, first off, for Dylan, you don't know any other way. So that's great. It's actually easier on you for that reason. Okay, Dan, you've probably had to change formats in a paper a dozen times in your career. This should not be any different for you than when Hicks bought the paper and you came to work under them. They needed stuff done a certain way. You learned it, you got it done. Like everything else. It is absolutely important that the formatting is done. You guys watched me format early on in this video, and I randomly picked stuff. I could pick it now. There was not a single article, column, cut line that was formatted correctly. So I hope this helps. I hope we can get this on track, make it easier on y'all. I am going to upload the video, and I know it's a long one. Bookmark it, put little markers on it, so you can go back and look at spots if you need to. But let's get this taken care of. And with that said, thank you so much for all the hard work, guys. We had a lot of stuff. So knowing what didn't run this week is very, very important because we had a lot of stuff that didn't make the paper, which means it's going to make the newsletter or the website, mostly the website. Okay? I appreciate it, and y'all have a good one. And if you have any questions, as usual, just ask.